Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I'm riding a 2022 BMW K1600 GT. So here at San Diego BMW, they have a whole bunch of single Rs. They have a M1000 single R, and they have a M1000 double R if you're ever looking for one of those. Whole bunch of 1300 GSs and a bunch of other cool stuff. So swing by here, talk to Holm or Tracy, tell them I sent you. So this bike right here, this is pretty much the best beginner bike you could get. No, I'm just kidding. So I wrote down a whole bunch of notes, so let's go through this stuff. So this thing it's an inline six, yes, I said that correctly, inline 6-cylinder engine. BMWs are famous for their inline sixes, so they made this in conjunction with like the car engine. 6-cylinder engine on a freaking motorcycle. 160 horsepower, 132 pound-feet of torque, which is absolutely nuts. So just think about it by comparison. The Hayabusa has 173 horsepower and 106 pound-feet of torque. So only 10 less horsepower than a Hayabusa, but it has like 25 more pound-feet of torque. Absolutely insane. It has sport bike size tires, which is just hilarious. It's a 120/70/17, a 190/55/17, so you could put like Q5S sport bike tires on this bike if you wanted to. They'd probably be destroyed after 1,000 miles because this thing weighs 756 pounds, fully loaded up, full tank of gas, which by the way, it has a 7-gallon fuel tank. So 756 pounds, it's a big boy, right? A lot of cool things about this bike, and they just told me a bunch of other cool things I didn't know. So first, 6-cylinder engine. When you start the bike, because it's 6-cylinder, it's perfectly balanced. There's like no vibration of the bike whatsoever. It's absolutely amazing. So I'll show you that in a little bit. It has a 10.25-inch screen, as you can see, absolutely humongous. It's like two hands, right? Just humongous screen. So check this out. If you hit this button right here, it's kind of hidden. If you hit this button, windshield automatically goes up, right? This thing opens up, this little cradle, there's a USB port thing in there or whatever. You could put your phone in there, and it's ventilated and secure. So you could like shut this if you turn off the bike, right? The thing lowers, you can't get to the phone. It has a place for your phone if you want to. Plus there's a charging point right here and another charging point down there. This thing is really cool. So there's 4 programmable buttons you have here, and they could do 18 different things. You could set 1 to be like play your favorite song, 2 to be like heated grip, 3 to be heated seat, 4 to be whatever. So you have like quick buttons, hotspot buttons, right? It's pretty cool. Heated grip, heated seat, of course, cruise control, electronic windshield, dynamic suspension, and then this is really cool. I just found out about this. So let me grab the key. So as you can see, a little pocket right here, a little pocket right there, and a big side case, Now, right here, I can lock and unlock all 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I walk away, I have my camera in there, my wallet in there, whatever. I could just lock it and walk away. Hit unlock, it unlocks all of them, which is awesome. And then you can also do a manual lock, which will kind of override this stuff. So now if I press lock or unlock, it doesn't do anything. So if I put it into the release, and this is the release of like the whole thing itself, and then if it's unlocked, of course it'll open up, tremendous amount of room of storage in here, right? So this thing only has 28 miles on it, even though it's a 2022, because it was like a corporate demo, and I guess people just really didn't ride it. So it's only like $17,000 for this bike, which is absolutely insane. These things are like, what, 30 grand brand new or something? So freaking awesome. Also the headlights turn as you corner, so they go along with you there. And then, believe it or not, everybody ready for this? This bike has reverse to make it a little bit easier. So what you do, if you want to put it in reverse, the bike is on, it has to be in neutral. You hit the button, R pops up on the screen, reverse, and then it has nothing to do with the throttle. You push down on the red button as if you're starting the bike, and that'll give it a little bit of juice to help you park it, go uphill, just back the thing up since it's a 750-pound bike. But of course, like normal, it has a normal kickstand, it has a center stand, quick shifter up and down, and let's just see how easy it is to put this thing onto center stand. So get it perfectly upright. Right? There's nothing touching the bike, but it's just balancing on the 2 prongs. That's the first step. And then just push straight down and lift up. There you go. It's on the center stand. Super stable. Let's see how wide the cases are. So they look like they're slightly wider than the handlebar. I don't know if they make slimmer ones, so they could kind of be a little bit slimmer. 2 huge exhausts on there. Big old tail light. Look at that. Humongous. You could put a top case on here as well, so even more storage if you wanted to. But get that thing back off of there. There we go. Of course, you got the speakers and everything else. You could play your music, play your phone. You could download the BMW app, and like half the screen will be a map, like GPS, right? It's already got the auxiliary lights down by there. And then Tracy, the sales manager, he actually just bought one of these. So what I think I want to do, let me know if you want me to do it. I could take his bike out, since it's his personal bike, out in the twisties. He'll let me borrow it for a half day or whatever, and then go ride the twisties to feel what this thing is really like in some corners, because even though it's 750 pounds, it's a bigger bike. The engine and the torque and the power is just amazing and handles surprisingly well in the twisties, so he says. So throw my gear on. Everything is good. Got all my crap zipped up. All right, let's jump on the bike. So I'm 5'9". I have about a 32-inch inseam, I'm guessing, something like that. And let me jump on the bike. Oh, by the way, I'm test riding. You can look forward to this video. It's a 2026 BMW R1300 RT, like the cop bike. And this is, I already looked it up, so this is about 120 pounds heavier than the 1300 RT, but kind of similar riding position. So first, my feet are flat on the ground. The seat is in the normal low position, but there is a way to make it higher if you're taller. And so if I close my eyes, my feet are pretty much flat on the ground. If I stick my hands out, the handlebars are just right there. So it's very, very comfortable. Now there's a bunch of different styles of this. There's like the GTL or the 1600B, whatever. There's a bunch of different variations of this bit where they have like different handlebar configurations. I kind of like this the best because it feels like more sporty. The GT, that's probably why it's the GT. All right, so let me adjust the mirrors. Interesting mirrors. They're really far up, but I could see a lot out of them, which is nice. I like to be able to see what the hell's going on. Hi. All right, so that looks pretty good. All right, turn the bike on. Cruise control on, because I'm sure I'll be using that. Big old screen. Wow, look at that. And of course, you got the menu like any other BMW. You go into My Vehicle, and it tells you everything in the world you could possibly imagine about the bike. And then radio, navigation, media, connect your phone, settings, do all the crap. Like, it's just a lot of stuff, right? Electronic windshield. Let's see how high this thing goes. Oh, there we go. Like a riot shield. So I'll put it in the low position first to see how that is riding around. And front brake feels good at that position. I don't think I have to adjust it. All right, let's start her up. So let's see how much it vibrates, if any. I'm gonna look at the mirror. 0. It doesn't do nothing, just absolutely smooth. Road mode, screw that. Put in dynamic mode. I want full power, full snappy acceleration. 160 horsepower, 132 pound-feet of torque. All right, let's get rolling. Wow, higher foot pegs than the GS. I did not expect them to be that high. Like I was expecting them to be way lower. They're high foot pegs, so I wonder what the ground clearance is like in the twisties. I don't know. All right, on the bike. Quick shifter. Butter smooth, like real butter smooth. So the GS, it's just a opposing twin. It's kind of kunk, right? 4-cylinder sport bikes, my single R, the XR, of course, way smoother because it's 4-cylinder. This thing being 6-cylinder, 3rd gear, 4th gear. Wow, absolutely smooth. Let me go down. Yeah, just as smooth. Man, that is pretty awesome. I have to say, it is so smooth. So brake hard, I'm not gonna make it. Good brakes, of course. Steel brake lines, BMW brakes are absolutely amazing. Bike feels good. I didn't see if it has a telelever suspension or not, or if it has like normal suspension. It doesn't feel like it has telelever, or it doesn't feel like normal suspension. It feels like it has the telelever, so I'm pretty sure it does. But I'll just double check when I stop at the parking lot to where I'm going. But who was this bike before? You're not going off-road, but you want to do some miles. either just local around your city or you want to go across the country. 6-cylinder engine, 7-gallon fuel tank. Lots of room for luggage. You got your speakers. You can lock the cases with the push of a button. It has reverse. So like the GS Adventure, that has an 8-gallon fuel tank on and off-road. It doesn't have the cool technology stuff. So if you're only doing cement, and if you're only and if you want to do some really good miles, some long miles, this seems like it'd probably be the bike to to have, right? Or if you're like me and you just do only, you know, riding around your city, riding around, you want to put some miles on it, you want to be comfortable on the highway, but it's still capable and have fun in the twisties, but you just like power, like I could see myself buying this thing because why not? The power is just addicting. It's like riding a 1,000cc bike. Doesn't mean you'll use all of it, but like coming out of a corner with all that torque and power, wow. Look at that. Bike doesn't even move. It doesn't even vibrate. It's so balanced. Even the weight distribution between the front wheel and the rear wheel, if there's like scales on the front and on the rear, it's almost 50-50. It's pretty remarkable, the engineering that went into this damn thing. It's pretty cool. So super smooth clutch, as you would expect. I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe the torque of a bike like this, just like to describe the power of a Hayabusa, because it's just, you have to ride it. It's just so powerful. Man, that shifting really is nice. All right, let me raise this windshield up. Just raise it a little bit. There we go. Oh, another funny, cool thing I just remembered. I'll tell you guys about it when I get to the beach down there. But it has like built-in air conditioning, meaning there's 2 flaps on the side down here. You could just kind of pull open. Let me see if I could do it and not crash. Yeah, look at, you just pull open the flaps and it directs more airflow to you. So isn't that clever, right? All right, let's go. So I'm obviously not going to be redlining the thing. It's a brand new bike, but I still want to go. Oh my gosh. How is it I'm going 80 miles per hour? It feels like I'm going 40. I'm not exaggerating. It feels so stable, so balanced. Wow. That is surprising. Let me adjust the mirror because I can't really see what's going on. There we go. I love how the mirrors are really far away and they're really big. I could really see. I don't even have to move my head. Just a quick glance with my eyeballs, see perfectly behind me. And the mirrors don't buzz. Like it's a pretty clear damn picture. Let me go up higher with my windscreen, with my windshield. All right, so with it all the way up, it's starting to get some weird buffeting, I guess you would call it. It's kind of a strange sensation. Like the wind is going around this thing and kind of hitting. It kind of feels like it's sucking me forward. So that's kind of weird. Let me go down a little bit. Okay, right there feels kind of normal now. So you are probably looking through the camera, which is a good 4 inches below my eyes. So I'm looking right over this, so there's a clear view in my vision, but you're probably looking through the windshield, just so you know that. What's up? But yeah, insanely stable. Let me do some weaving. So 750 pounds doesn't feel like much because the handlebar position and just the build quality of it, look at just weaving back and forth. Nimble. And I wonder how much ground clearance this thing has. Like I want to take it to Palomar and see if I'll start scraping my pegs, or what will be the first thing to touch. Is it the pegs? Is it the little lights on the bottom? I'm guessing the pegs. It should be the pegs, but yeah, since Tracy, the sales manager, he just bought one of these. I want to go borrow it, go take it in the twisty. So look forward to that video. But yeah, cruising. Here we go. Cruise control. 81 miles per hour. It feels like I'm going 50 miles per hour. My hip to knee to foot ratio is higher than I expected, but still comfortable. It's not like sport bike. I'm not leaning forward at all, obviously. You look, no hands. It's just amazingly stable. Amazingly stable. Man, really, really nice. Screen just shows you what you need to see. You got your gas, dynamic, what gear you're in, RPM, speedometer, temperature outside. It's a warm one here in San Diego, 91 degrees, right? Super nice, super comfortable. Let me turn on, let me put these air conditioning vents on. Yeah, they weren't kidding. That funnels a lot of wind, like right to your underarms and right to your chest immediately. Like, that's something that is not just a gimmick, like BS. Like, that's very, very, like, I feel a lot more wind, as you would expect. A lot more wind coming at me, which is nice. Let me close them back up. I don't want to be sporty now. Yeah, big difference. Now my chest, underarms, and stomach is getting like no wind. So, really nice, really comfortable. This could easily be something like, okay, I got all the power I would need, I got all the technology I could ask for, I got luggage capability, I could put a humongous duffel bag strapped to the back of that top box area back there, or just get a top box. Time to head to New York from San Diego. I'm not going to do any off-roading. This would be the bike to do it. Because on my GS I have now, if I want to take off and do a long trip, you know, not as much wind protection, and the power is good, but it's the opposing twin, or the opposing, you know, two-cylinder engine is kind of shaky and whatever. I mean, it still has cruise control, still has heated grips, heated seat, all the cool stuff. The 5 position, you're a little bit more extended with your legs, so you can kind of stand up a little bit easier on the GS. But, I mean, if you're doing a lot of miles, just the lack of wind protection alone would be kind of, and I did it. I mean, I went to Colorado and back with the GS, I went to San Francisco and back, I went to Arizona and back, and totally doable, you know, perfectly fine. But if I would have had this bike for those trips, I would have been less fatigued, I would have had more power, I would have been more comfortable, rain, I would have had more protection of the elements, and I could turn on AC if I get too hot. And I could wear, I don't have to burn out my cardo, listen to music nonstop and having to keep on charging it, my cardo, because I got speakers. So I could connect my phone to the bike and play my music through the speakers, which would be awesome, right? And I put on earplugs because I'm used to it, but I probably don't even need earplugs for this bike because the windshield does such a good job of taking out the wind. Brakes feel amazing. Middle of the turn, very stable. I can still weave in the middle of the turn if I needed to. Brake in the middle of the turn, no problem, just don't grab. Man, this thing is, yeah, the balance of that engine, downshifting and upshifting, the numbers change and my foot moves and I don't feel much of anything. It is, what's the right word? Eerily, like, you know, something's eerie, like kind of spooky. It's, I don't even know if this is a word, but let's pretend it is. It is eerily smooth. And right, how am I going 82? Any other bike, you feel like you're going 82. This is so stable and so powerful and so much wind protection. Look at this quick roll on the throttle. 10%. I'm going 95. Holy crap, this is insane. Man, it is so easy to go quick on this bike. Like, quicker than, because on a Hayabusa you lean forward, you feel aggressive, you feel like rah, like you feel like you're going fast, and you are, because the Hayabusa with all the power and the torque. This thing has only 10 less horsepower, but it has 30 more pound-feet of torque or whatever the hell. Of course it's heavier, but you don't really feel it because the engine is so strong. It feels, I'm telling you, this is a luxurious Hayabusa. If you put a windshield and upright and, you know, a bunch of technology on Hayabusa, this would be it. It's a luxurious Hayabusa, which is crazy to even compare the two, but look at this. A little bit of a twist of the throttle, and there I go. And I feel no difference. There's no difference of feeling right now at 80 than there did a second ago at 90. I feel nothing different. I don't feel the wind. I don't feel the bike vibrating. I don't feel the bike trying to accelerate. It's just like, oh, you want to go? Let's go. Oh, you want to slow down? Slow down. Super amazing brakes. Oh, you want to accelerate? Accelerate. Like, oh, you want to swerve? Let's swerve. Wee, 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 wee. Yeah, so the only time you feel, quote, feel the weight of the bike, there's only one time you feel the weight of any motorcycle. Ever. Are you ready? This is something people won't tell you. The only time you feel the actual weight of the motorcycle is only 2 times. 1, you're taking it off the kickstand, and 2, you're trying to hold it up and slowly let it go back onto the kickstand. Any other time, you don't feel the weight of the motorcycle because once you get rolling, the weight becomes irrelevant. There's no physical strength needed to ride this motorcycle. It's perfectly engineered and balanced. Just if you know how to ride, the weight's literally irrelevant. Now, if you don't know how to ride and you're a brand new rider, it's going to be super intimidating. And oh my God, the weight, because you just don't know how to ride yet. Well, that's why new riders shouldn't have big, huge, heavy bikes, obviously, right? Duh. All right, here comes a turn, perfect cement. Get my feet back. I don't want to drag my feet. Going through the corner. Man, how much can I lean on this bad boy? Oh, I want to take this thing in the twisties. You hear that thing? Zzz, zzz, wee. It's like whining. I don't know if you could hear that or not. I got earphones on, but man, Tracy, let me take this thing for a freaking day. Let me borrow your bike, bring it to BMW. I'll bring my GS. I'll leave my BMW at BMW, and then I'll take your bike and let me go ride this thing for like a half a day. Oh, I want to take this in the twisties so bad. It seems like it'd be freaking awesome. This parking lot really sucks. Like, it's so gravelly and dirty. I'm gonna go to the other new parking lot over there and do some low speed stuff. That's why I wanted to come over here so I could show you guys. But I don't want to go that dirty, crappy parking lot. I don't want to risk getting a nail. Sure, there could be a nail over there, but it's probably less likely. I'm guessing anyway. Now that I'm just going chill, let me lower this back down and see how the wind is. Okay, so it's definitely louder. I feel the wind on my face now, obviously, as well you would expect. So let me just go up a little bit, and no more wind. Okay. Yeah. Eerily powerful, eerily smooth, eerily nimble. Look at this. 750 pounds, like it's absolutely nothing. All right, let's go to this new parking lot. Let me get on the brakes really hard. There's no one behind me. Here we go. Oh, man, this thing stopped. Of course, integrated brakes, not linked, integrated. If I apply the front, some power goes to the rear. If I apply the rear only, nothing goes to the front. That's why they're not linked, they are integrated. Big difference. All right, let's do some MotoJitsu stuff. So 4 spots, figure 8, brown belt. Here we go, first try. Oh, my thumb actually hit the gas tank right there, so, all right. So handlebars alone won't do it, so I need some lean angle. All right. Yeah, my thumb is hitting the thing, so I have to keep adjusting my hand. So there you go. These are super tight spots. So there you go. Now it's full lock. And I'm just going barely outside 2 spaces, so probably a 18-foot circle. These spaces seem really small, so it's probably a 15 or 16-foot thing, really small. But yeah. We jump off real quick. Kickstand down, nice little short kickstand. Now, if this is right, yeah, when I turn it off, the windshield goes down. And I think when I turn it back on, it'll go back to the original spot I just had it. But so let me see the ground clearance issue. So looking at it, yeah, I'm guessing the feelers on the foot peg will touch first, and then shortly after, maybe the little crash bar they got right there, right? Maybe that would hit next. So it'd be the foot peg first, then maybe this, and then maybe the light, and then maybe the center stand or the exhaust. I don't know, but something would start scraping. So it obviously doesn't have the ground clearance of a sport bike or even the GS. But it does have enough where I bet it would be super fun. But man, for a big bike like this, it is stable, smooth, powerful, comfortable, nice looking. This black, triple black edition, whatever, the black and silver is freaking gorgeous. Got sport bike size rims on there. Can you imagine this thing at the track? Full body position, knee dragging. It's so crazy. 6-cylinder, inline 6-cylinder engine. Well, I guess those are the cornering lights down here. As I start to turn, I guess those lights turn on. I'm guessing. I don't know. Man. I'll tell you what. This is a 2022. Only 17 grand, right? Maybe I should buy it, Batman. I've never had a K-bike before. I've had 5 GSs, I've had 3 single Rs, had XR, had a BMW scooter. Maybe it's time for a K-bike. And I was wrong. So when I turn it back on, well, let me see. Let me actually turn it on. Zero movement. It's like an electric bike. It's so balanced. This thing did not wiggle, not even a millimeter when I turned it on. It's so bizarre. But I was right. Windshield does not go back to the spot you had it at before. It goes back to the original setting when you turn it off. So you have to manually put it back to where you want it when you start rolling. No big deal, right? Yeah, and of course, speakers are good enough up front where you could hear them. I mean, it's not JBL amazing speakers, but it's good enough for sure. Man, here at San Diego, sunshine and it's 90 degrees. Wow. That is warm for the beach. And out east, it's even warmer. It's like 100 degrees out east. But here at the beach, of course, is way cooler. But being 90 degrees at the beach, man, that's warm. All right, let's go back to literal same exact route we just took to get here. Here we go. Wow. Very fast. And then what I shift, 6,000 RPM, and it goes all the way to 10. That's pretty awesome. So third gear, 30 miles per hour. Here we go. I'm gonna get on the throttle. Ready? Had to lean forwards and be prepared. Here we go. 33 miles per hour, third gear. Let's go. Man, the speed at which that speedometer just freaking rockets. It's yeah, that's that 132 pound-feet of torque this thing has. Just goes. It's like a freaking baby whale with a rocket attached to it. What is this thing? Is that what you call a ruckus? Oh, no, that's an electric bike. Interesting. Man, powerful. So that power is really addicting. It's like riding, if you're riding like a Tesla before, like a real fast one, this is what it feels like. It's just so much power right now. Of course, it's an engine, it's not electric, but there's so much torque and power of this thing, it feels like you're riding an electric car. Like when you twist the throttle or when you step on the accelerator, you go. Like, let's go. It's very powerful. I like it. I like this thing a lot, actually. And the real way I will know if I like it or not is for Tracy to let me to take it for a half day out in the twisties. Because then it'll be the true testing of like, okay, how good is this thing? That shifter is just as good, if not better, than the RR, than the XR, than the single R. I'm not joking. It is just as good, minimum, if not better, the smoothness of the shifting than a full-blown S1000RR or single R or XR. It's surprising isn't even the right word, because what's above surprising? Shocking, I guess you would say. It's shocking how smooth it is. Maybe that's the word I'll start using. It's shocking. I'm so shocked. Anyway, all right, let's get around this guy. Let's go. Yep, that's why it's called the acceleration lane, people. You gotta go. I feel like a shark. Or like a killer whale. That's a better example. Sharks are way smaller. This feels like a killer whale and is black. I just feel like I'm hunting. These are all seals waiting to be devoured because I'm the killer whale, slicing through the water, slicing through traffic, effortless, gliding, so much power. Such an aggressive look. Just eating traffic, eating the miles like nothing. Wow, it feels like everybody's in slow motion about how powerful this bike is and how quickly you could just glide through traffic and just glide around these silly people and their silly cars with their silly engines. Yeah, shocking is the word, everybody. It is shocking how smooth it is, how powerful it is, how comfortable it is. The crazy features on this thing, it's all shocking. I
haven't been pleasantly blown away, whatever, surprised test riding a bike in a while. And I definitely am with this bike. And the fun thing is, tomorrow I'm going to test ride the RT, the 2026 1300 RT to be specific. So make sure you watch out for that video, and I will compare how this feels to how that new one feels. So I'll talk about the comparison of the two in that video. Obviously I can't do it now because I haven't ridden the bike. So tomorrow's video will compare how this holds up to the 1300 RT 2026. How am I going 90, 86, 87? Look at this. 90 miles per hour. It's nothing. It's like, why are you going so fast? I can't help it. It's too easy. I'm just going, which just feels comfortable. And what feels comfortable, like apparently on this bike, is 90. 90 is the new 50, apparently. For the 1600 GT, 90 is the new 50. It's crazy. Oh, you want to pass the car? Just pass the car. Like, nothing. You want to cruise at 70 at 60 miles, or at 6th gear? Cruise at 70. Here, look, cruise control. No problem. Stable. Stable as could be. Ride all day like this. You want to go 200 miles on a gasket, on a one single tank of gas? No problem. This thing probably does 250. Let me see if there's a thing right here. So trip, miles, blah, blah, blah. Okay, coffee, dynamic, yep. Tire pressure, 156. And that's what it looks like. Well, I have it in dynamic. Yeah, but I mean, 150 miles is probably the absolute minimum it would do, especially if you ride it like I would ride it, in dynamic all the time and freaking riding aggressively. But if you just kind of baby it, ride it in road mode and just kind of chill, and you don't go ride twisty mountain roads like I do, you'll get 200 miles out of this thing on one tank of gas, which is crazy, which is halfway to San Francisco. I made it to San Francisco in 500 miles in one day, so 250 miles, one tank of gas could get me halfway to San Francisco by riding easy. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. Stable. Oh, let me put on AC since I'm getting hot. Let me put on cruise control so I could do this with my other hand. There you go. Opens up. Turn off cruise control, hit the brake, or roll off the throttle, or pulling the clutch. There, I got AC on. Definitely more wind. How clever of a design is that? Shout out to the BMW engineers who think of things like, oh, you have a lot of wind protection, you're probably going to be hot, how about we build AC in for you that have these flaps pop out, which I would have never even known that if they didn't tell me that right before I took off. Let's have these flaps pop up to perfectly funnel air where you need it most, under your arms and onto your chest, while you're riding around on this amazing wind protection luxury Hayabusa bike. So I know before somebody asked, I told my buddy I was gonna go test ride this thing today. He was like, oh, so it's like comparable to like the Goldwing. Don't insult BMW by doing that. The Goldwing, big bike, you know, blah blah blah, has, you know, a big engine, power, torque, you know, miles. But I rolled a DCT Goldwing before, I rolled a new Goldwing before, and the brakes are better, the technology's better, the features are better on the BMW. Like, one-to-one comparison, the BMW's better. Like, it's just, come on, it's better. It's a better overall bike. Better parts, better brakes, better tech, better features, better seating position, I mean, better warranty, I mean, everything better. I mean, it's just better. That's like comparing, like, oh, how does like a normal fast car compare to like a Porsche, like 911 Turbo? Like, yeah, that's a cool fast car, but this is a Porsche 911 Turbo. Like, let's get serious, you know? So yeah, sure, that's Goldwing, got it, but this is 1600 GT. Like, it's a big difference, in my opinion. But if you're listening to this and you have a 2022 Goldwing you want me to go test drive, email me or DM me on Instagram and I'll go test ride. This is a 2022, so if you have a 2022 Goldwing and you want to let me ride it and you're in San Diego, message me. I'll go ride it and make a video. But I'm willing to bet pretty much anything I own, this is better. just because it's so good, it's so well thought of, so balanced, such good brakes, such good technology, such good power, such good everything. I mean, the locking with the key, all 4 of these little cases and the back cases, and you can lock that with the key and unlock it. Like, come on, it's awesome. And it's not just a bunch of crap that the manufacturers just threw on just to have a list of stuff, the things it could do. It's very practical. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it makes sense. As a rider who likes to ride 3,000-4,000 miles a month, all the stuff that I named is very practical. It's easy to get to the cruise control. It's easy to get to the windshield. It's easy to understand the reverse, the riding modes, the heated grip, the heated seat. Like, it's all very straightforward. It's not like it's a damn fighter cockpit of an F-16 with 4,000 buttons. You have to memorize what all this crap does. Like, this is pretty simple. It's pretty simple, straightforward. At the same time being very high level, which is the best there is, I think, right? If something could be very high level, very tech savvy, very powerful, very engineered, super high, to where it's like shocking of how good it is, but it's also very simple and it's very intuitive, the way these buttons are laid out and what you have to do to get on and start it, reverse, whatever. Very intuitive, you don't have to read the 5-inch thick owner's manual to figure out how to get to the heated grips, or you don't have to go through 19 menus to figure out something simple, right? It's just very practical, which is what I appreciate almost more than anything because of the amount of miles I do. If I'm riding around 4,000 miles a month and every single time I want to put the thing on cruise control I have to press 9 buttons, well, I'm going to lose my mind. Like, that's just horrible. It'd be so impractical, it'd be annoying, and therefore I wouldn't even keep the bike. I'm like, I'm selling this thing. This is stupid. All right, here we go. 0 throttle, downshifting. 5th gear, 4th gear, 3rd gear. Don't feel a thing. Absolutely amazing. 3rd gear. Yeah, the speed at which it takes off is like the national debt clicker. watch the 2 right here. Ready? Watch. It's in 3rd gear, by the way. Here we go. Hard on the brakes. That telelever suspension, man. It doesn't dive forward. It just sinks. You can brake so hard. It's freaking awesome. Maybe it was a mistake of me test riding this thing. Well, I got another test ride tomorrow, the 1300 RT. Maybe I'll like that more. We'll see tomorrow. But yeah, do I have to say anything else about this? I think it's phenomenal. I think it's amazing. I think it's shocking how well it's engineered and designed and balanced, and the tech, and just, I think it's an amazing bike. And even if you don't plan on riding across the country, if you're just planning on riding around San Diego twisties like I do, this would still be a tremendous amount of fun. One, I don't have to stop at the gas stations. I can just go riding all day and not stopping anywhere, which is amazing. I mean, of course, I'll still stop, but I don't have to stop and get gas, which for some reason I just find to be really annoying. I hate doing it. So not having to do that, or having to do that less, would be awesome. Got my built-in AC, got enough ground clearance to have fun in the twisties, got enough power to never make me bored of the thing ever, take away or take over any car I want on the highway. 90 is the new 50 apparently on this thing, because it just freaking decides to go fast, like felony speeds, like in a second, which is nuts. Brakes are absolutely amazing. Look at that. I mean, it's wow. Nothing else I can say about the bike other than it's phenomenal. There's my final verdict. Phenomenal. Alrighty. There's my stupid GS. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of pre-owned bikes. Got a 2018 S1000R, which is like 1,800 miles on it, which is bizarre. There's a GS Adventure right there. 2023 with like 10,000 miles or something. Freaking awesome. A lot of pre-owned bikes and a lot of brand new stuff like I showed you earlier. But yeah, so this is the AC. So let me look at it from the front. Yeah, it just got the little ears, the winglets pop out, and you just pop them back in, take away AC. Now it's just streamlined. But what a bike. What a bike. I want to take this thing in the twisties right freaking now. It's amazing. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. I
I have a whole bunch of other bike reviews. If you just go through the channel and check them out, you'll see a bunch of the bikes I reviewed. And go watch those if you want to. A bunch of educational stuff. By the way, if you didn't know, I have my own app and a bunch of books with a bunch of drills to go set up and practice low-speed stuff to get more confident and comfortable on your bike. Follow me on Instagram. I just hit over 100,000 followers. And the link to all of my crap is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.
All right, everybody, back on my GS heading home. And wow, 250 pounds lighter than the 1600 GT, and this thing feels like a freaking toy. Imagine that. GS feels like a toy compared to the yeah, but this thing has 105 pound-feet of torque, but because of how light it is, man, it feels like it has really good power, which it does, of course. I don't know how much horsepower this has. What does it have? 150? 130? I don't know. But yeah, this thing feels like an absolute toy compared to that big old bike. But anyway, bike is awesome. Looking forward to riding the 2026 R1300 RT tomorrow. Talk to you guys later.